Actually, sorry, I should say we have 5 events going on today. One has already happened, which was 5x5 blindfolded. We have already crowned a world champion with Stanley Chappell. And then right now we are in clock round 1. Later on today, we'll be seeing 5x5, 3x3 one-handed, and pyraminx.
Hello. And we are back with some commentary. Hello, everybody. You might not have seen me on stream at all today, probably because I haven't been on yet, but you'll be seeing me over this weekend. My name's Michael, and I am here with the lovely, wonderful winner of 5x5 Blind, Stanley Chappell. Hello, Stanley. Welcome to the live stream.
Hello, Michael.
How was 5 Blind? Obviously, the win was pretty cool, but you won it in a very interesting way, DNFing the first 2 solves and then clutching it up on the very last with a 213. Was that what you were expecting coming into the last solve?
Certainly not, but can't say I don't have anything to complain about, of course.
Of course, a world champion title is pretty good to have on the resume. You've got a few already, but nice to get one pretty early and settle the nerves for the rest of the competition. Got much else planned for the competition? Planning a 4 blind win? Going for the triple?
I hope so, right? You know, the triple title, to be clear.
Timon is pacing right now, isn't he?
Is Timon about to win? Timon should have it, barring of large mistakes.
Oh, there's ZBL already.
Timon is world champion!
Yes! Look at that celebration. Look at how much it means to him after getting 2nd place at Worlds 2023. He needs to sign the card to make it in the book.
Either way, flip at 16 is a little off, but I think he's still on pace to get it.
Yeah, needs some really fluid edges. 34.69, as you can see there, is needed to get the world record average.
Slice of slice. Oh, we're going to get it. He's going to do it.
He's got it. He's going to get it. ZBLL. That's it. The world record.
World record. World title for Timon. The absolute crown jewel of cubing accomplishments. Set them both at the same time. He's been gunning for this world championship and world record for years. Is the event he cares about almost the most. He cares about so much more than his 4x4 or 6x6 world titles.
And look at what it means to him.
Immediately, the emotions are overflowing.
Oh my goodness.
Just an absolutely perfect performance.
Wow.
It does not get better than that.
Timon Kapustianskyi, everyone, with a 34-31, the first world record of Worlds 2025, claims the world champion title in 5x5 for the very first time.
I have never, ever seen someone rise to the occasion so well as Timon. We were talking about it 2 years ago. We saw it last year, and now he has done it. The absolute greatest cubing accomplishment possible. Man. World record.
We're
2 close calls, but we always talk about how you have to deliver when it matters, and he did.
Just speechless. Just speechless.
We obviously are going to be cutting it down to Timon on field for his interview.
Celebrating with Max. The crowd loves it as well. This is exactly what you want to see. Amazing sportsmanship. I mean, from 2 incredible competitors. You couldn't have it any other way.
Great performance from Max as well. I mean, 2 world titles into a 2nd place finish. He also, I'm 90% sure, finished 2nd in Paris. 4 podiums in a row. Extremely storied career from Max, but it just wasn't enough today.
This is the biggest moment of his cubing career right now. Destiny is in his hands.
He's won the North America Championships. He has a world record single. Can he get a world title? Here we go, inspecting now. Brendyn Dunagan.
There's a skip on this scramble. There's going to be a D-move skip here. Isn't it? 323! He's done it! Brendyn Dunagan is the world champion for clock!
Electric! It is the same story again. 286 average. It's not locked in. It's not locked in. It's not locked in. It's not locked in. Antoni Stojek of Poland has the best possible average of 284. If Antoni can get a single under 2.66.
2.69.
2.69, my apologies. He can get it. No one else in this final is even close to this. We are going to see either Brendyn or Antoni take the top spot.
So Brendyn has not slowed it up. 323 was not enough to guarantee him a win right now. It's going to be a tough task for Antoni Stojek. He's going to need to get a 2.69 or better.
I hope we can get eyes on him. If we can hopefully show him off. There he is. Wait, no,
That is not
Antoni
Antoni Stojek. We
Antoni
need to get
Stojek
Antoni
who we were
Stojek.
looking for.
It is not over yet. Here goes Eric Kasparek. He's not in the shake-up for a podium right now. But we're waiting for Antoni Stojek.
269 is what Antoni needs. We're still looking for Antoni's last solve. The crowd is electric.
We heard, is
Did he
that
get
it? 254! Antoni Stojek!
Antoni Stojek steals the win!
Unbelievable! At the 11th hour! No pun intended. Antoni Stojek has stolen the win.
284 average for Antoni Stojek. Taking your world championship podium, the win.
What a time to pull out a personal record average. Antoni Stojek on the biggest of stages. It's the most massive moment in his cubing career, and he's locked up the win by 0.02 of a second over Brendyn Dunagan.
Brendyn Dunagan, 286 average. An incredible showing. It wasn't enough. We have our final podium, I believe, locked in. Antoni Stojek at first, Brendyn Dunagan in third, Volodymyr Kapustianskyi in third.
It's almost certainly the fastest clock podium you have ever seen at any competition. 3.03 only gets you third here. 2.86 for Brendyn Dunagan. He almost did all that he could, but he didn't do enough to knock out Antoni Stojek.
I'm at a loss for words, Michael. I've run out of things to say. I am truly, truly amazed at the performance of our clock finalists. He is not guaranteed third place. He needs at least a 271 to be able to lock in the podium here. Can he do it? If not, it might go to Kyle Mead.
The pressure of that 3.70 has got to be looming over him.
You see the times up at the top left of your screen, what Jonathan needs for first and what he needs for second.
We see Jonathan practicing his tips. That's the first part of many of these competitors' solves.
This is the most important solve of Jonathan's cubing career. All hands on deck. We are ready to roll.
1.72 is the mark. If he wants to write a fairy tale finish to this World Championship. If not, it's going to go to Ezra Shear, who after being out of practice comes back to his home World Championships and takes the win. But here goes Jonathan Plug, 1.72. He needs this.
170.
Looks like a 4-tip scramble. That tip practice is going to come in handy. Here he goes now. It's not going to be.
It does not do it.
It doesn't happen. Ezra Shear is going to take the win.
It does get the podium. It's a tied average with Kyle Mead, but a better single. Jonathan at least makes the World Championship podium, but your world champion is going to be Ezra Shear, the man of the hour you see on stream right now. Jonathan still quite ecstatic just to see that he made the podium.
Ezra Shear, after being out of it, is a name that we've seen as the former world record holder for some time. At 1.45 average, he left the sport and has come back for a home world championships and has taken the biggest title of his entire career. Ezra Shear, the Pyraminx world champion for 2025 in Seattle.
It is fireworks. Back to back to back. Incredible finals from all of our competitors that we have seen so far on the final stages here in beautiful Seattle, Washington.
Another delegate coming over, see if we can figure out whether or not that's going to be a +2. Narcher with a 7.
PPA 890. No chance
So
at
he
first
can't
place.
catch Neo.
This is for the World Championship.
Oh man, a little bit of a fumble early, unfortunately. Head is shaking. This is going to be the worst solve, clearly. Worst possible average, 8.66. Jasper can still win this, but needs to beat a 6.96 to do so. Max now. He's going to need something good if he wants to catch Neo.
Looks like a U-perm to end things off.
9.46. I don't think that's going to be enough, Keaton. He's not counting. He's not going to count a time that's better than Neo's average.
No.
In fact, can anyone catch him? It's only Jasper.
It's only Jasper,
It's
and this
only
solve is a
Jasper.
963.
Which is not going to do it. Neo Quares has won the World Championship, it seems.
That's an incredible feat
Yes.
for Brew, an incredible
Yes.
feat for the Philippines. Starting with a 6.96, getting PR, and then being able to keep your calm and get 3 more 8s. You can see he's just covered his face with his hands. I think he's realizing the moment. No one else is cheering.
No one knows him. Like I said, this is not even his 10th competition in the World Cube Association.
From a 1% chance to win up to the gold medal.
Now all that remains to see is who is going to get onto the podium. Will the Rue sweep the podium? Jasper looks like he is getting pretty close. Couple other people in the mix have a chance to get onto the podium still. Beat that 915. Nicholas Archer, one of them. Max Park as well.
It's essentially a 3-way race for the last 2 spots in the podium. Jasper's got the 915 locked in. Max has a 906 BPA. Nicholas Archer has an 890 BPA. He's starting solve 5 here. It's a good first block. He's got a little bit of a lockup on the second block. Taking a look at CMLL, is not able to orient
Oh,
edges.
that S move. That S move was costly. 10.60. I don't think Narcher has it enough. Or does he? No. No, Nicholas Archer, 8.90 is off the podium entirely. It's
Now we're
only
taking
Max.
a look.
Only
Dwayne
Max
Ramos,
can catch him.
Max Park are the last 2 for 3rd place on
And
the
actually,
podium.
has Max locked it? No, not quite. Max is not quite locked in 3rd place. Dwayne Ramos, yes, still has a chance.
Max on ZB at 5.
711. 906 is going to be his average, as that is the best possible average. He's going to jump into 2nd place to grab silver. And I think that's going to do it here, Keaton. What a podium. Neo Quares from the Philippines getting gold. Max Park, the Seoul Seafopper, and Jasper Murray of New Zealand, 915. To seal it all off.
We're going Rue CFOP here. Luke Garrett just off of the podium here, the 2nd best CFOP solver.
And then another Rue, Alexei Svetkov, is in 5th place.
Now the crowd realizes
And he's got it now. There's the celebration. He has won the World Championship. He's just found out. What a story. What an incredible story. Seeded 10th. Coming into this World Championship, as you mentioned, 1% chance to win his first World Championship. Wow. Spectacular. Just incredible.
Not a loss for words. Rue seems to be one of the most dominant methods for one-handed that we've ever seen.
And we are back once again. My name is Michael, and it is my pleasure to bring you an interview with the winner of multi-blind at this competition, Andrew Tao. Congratulations, Andrew. I just want to talk about your progression before we get started. Your very first multi. I want to go way back from the beginning. The first multi-blind on your profile was from 2023. It was from 3 months before the last World Championships, and you got a 3 out of 3.
I did. I was really proud of that 3 out of 3 too.
Last year at the North American Championships, you set a PR. It was 32 out of 33, and you placed 6th at North American Championships. And almost a year later, you've somehow gotten even better, improved even more, a 52 out of 55 personal record to become the world champion in Seattle in 2025. How does that make you feel?
I feel pretty good. It's a good time to get a PR.
Always a good time to get a PR. You have a habit of clutching out PRs at the best moments. Obviously, North American champs last year with that 32 out of 33, and world champion again here, 52 out of 55. And make no mistake, this was not an easy field to beat either. We have 9 out of the 10 best solvers ever in multi-blind. How confident were you going into this multi-blind competition?
I'm not going to lie, not at all. I was really kind of coming into this comp with the expectation that even just podium was it was very possible, but it was very much like a coin toss for me, even on a decent solve.
Yeah, because going into this competition, you were 10th in the world, I believe?
I was 10th, yeah.
And with that PR, you moved yourself up 4 spots to be world rank number 6.
Yeah, and it's only 2 points, too. So
It's
very
only
dense
2
up there.
points. So you've kind of like slotted yourself almost knocking on the door of top 5. What's 5th in the world? Do you know?
5th is Simon with also 49 points, but like 4 minutes faster. He has it in 55, which is just insane.
And Simon was also in this competition
He was also
as
here,
well.
yes.
So you've beat him as well to get to that top spot. You beat the world record holder. You beat Graham Siggins, former world record holder. You beat the former world champion, Christoph Bober. And you, not only that, but you did it on the first attempt. You didn't even need both attempts to be able to do it. You could have sat the second one out and still would have been the world champion.
If I'm not mistaken, Sebastian and Philip started before me and Felix. Sebastian is the longest tenured cuber competing for a world title in a speed event. He has a child at home. He set a world record before Timofey was born. Can Sebastian do it? Can he get the sub 20 to put the pressure on? He cannot win by himself. He needs help from Timofey as well as himself to get a clutch solve here.
Now, Timon cannot catch Timofey. Of course, he is definitely going to be vying for a podium. He's guaranteed locked into a 21-second average as he gets started off stream.
Do not forget that Sebastian has a 28 as well. When we're looking at the podium hunt, Sebastian's best and worst is so far apart. 20.2 best, 23.09 worst.
You can see there, Matty Hirodanaba, he's locked up. There's no way that he is going to be able to get onto the podium unless Sebastian counts the 28. That would be ridiculous.
2 seconds, first 2 centers, let's go. Can we get overhead on Sebastian? 7-second flip, let's go.
He has a really, really good shot here. If he can just keep this pace up.
I pray for the no parity, Sebastian. No parity. Let's go, Sebastian!
15:51 from Sebastian Vaya.
Let's get the time, WCA Live should update, and we'll have the time needed for Timofey Tarasenko to win. Sebastian is basically guaranteed second place with a 20.29. Timofey is win and in.
Oh, it's all going to come down to this right here.
21.89 for world champion from Timofey.
Oh my goodness, anything can happen. Not a gimme, not
Absolutely
impossible.
not. Timofey is guaranteed top 2, but could Sebastian win world titles 8 years apart, 14 years after his first world record?
Or will it be the upstart from Russia, Timofey Tarasenko, the man of the moment?
This is terrible. No, it's not.
No, 8-second flip.
It could come down to parity.
Will it all come down to parity?
14-second redux.
Oh, he's locking up at literally the worst time to parity, and it's all over.
Let's go! Sebastian wins!
Sebastian Vaya won the World Championships. Timofey is celebrating because he got the national record average, but Sebastian Vaya, he's just learned of the news now.
Sebastian Vaya wins world championship titles 8 years apart, 14 years after his first world record. He proves that he is the longest standing cuber from the early 2010s, outlasting everyone. Truly, honestly, I don't even care what else. He is the greatest 4x4 solver of all time, in my opinion.
Second solve at number 5. It's going to be Sebastian Timofey. Timon, the Europeans are going to take all 3 medals in this event. No one else is going to catch up to them. And an incredible story here in 4x4 finals. The first finals block of day 3 of the World Championship. Kevin is next to me here. He is absolutely stunned.
I have been cubing with Sebastian for so long. I've met him we've hung out at so many international competitions. I will obviously admit it. I was so emotionally invested in this final. Last night I was excited about the race between Max and Timon, but it's hard to put into words how amazing it is to see Sebastian after so many years do what Felix and I cannot do, and he is still competitive, more than competitive. He is the world champion 8 years after Paris.
And a select few looking for the win. Timofey Tarasenko second place at the European Championships in 2024. What can he put together?
He's essentially going to need a 25 or better, given the fact that he's already counting a 27, and LML is counting 2 low 26s.
He's putting himself on pace, though. This is looking really good. Can he make an efficient last layer, continue to turn fast, quick recognition? Yeah. He's going to get a 26, I think, if he can just finish this off. What's going on? Timofey locking up also 29.12. He was at an incredible pace.
Oh, PLL at 20, high 23, low 24.
Oh,
absolutely
no.
crushing to get a 29 after that.
Oh, man.
And I think we've got our champion already at this point.
You're right. You're right, Keaton. Leandro's worst possible average is going to be a 26. No matter what he does, his cube can explode. He will get a 26.72 or better. And Timofey, his best is now a 27.40. No one else has a better BPA than that. LML has done it.
LML is our world champion for Megaminx, coming back after a second place finish in 2023 to win it all here. Sujin's on Sol 5.
Sujin at the bottom of the screen. 1.16 is a counting time. He's counting that solve. A 0.94 and a 1.42.
He's still behind Antoni Paterakis on this one. But he's set the standard. It's very likely he's going to podium unless other people have insane execution on the last 2 solves.
Sujin finishing with 1.17. Yiheng cannot find the same solution as Sujin, though. 1.34. And that's going to be a counting time as well for Yiheng Wang. On pace for 1.27. That's not even going to podium.
BPA for Yiheng is 1.18. Unlikely to overtake Ethan Drong unless Ethan gets worst possible average. Sujin right now holding steady. 117 average. He's already done. He does not control his own destiny, though. Antoni Paterakis does.
This is the one man on better pace than Sujin right now. And he's seeing that good force scramble. We know Antoni is an extremely solution-based solver. Can he see the same thing that Sujin has just seen on scramble number 4? Taking time to compose. He's a 2017 world champion. Can he do the same 8 years later?
Also need to pay attention. Theodore with a 1.23. It's a 128 average, putting him out of contention. Antoni here on solve number 4. Sujin got a 0.81 on this.
That was the fastest solve we've seen in the finals so far. What can Antoni do on the same scramble?
Oh, a cube drop!
1.79 there for Antoni Paterakis. That does not spell disaster just yet. That only means that he is counting a 1.13 and a 1.23 for a projected average of 1.18.
We're also taking a look at Ethan Drong. He controls his own destiny. BPA 111 is better than Antoni's BPA of 112.
Zain Kanani unfortunately out of the race for first place right now, but can he clutch up a good time? He does. He does a sub 1.96.
120 means he's possible on the podium depending on what Ethan and Antoni do.
But he cannot win. Sujin has already locked up an average faster than that.
It's a solid time by Zain, but the margins are so thin here. He's only 0.03 behind Sujin Feist, who's guaranteed himself a podium spot here at Worlds.
Here's Yiheng Wang. He cannot beat Sujin Feist. His best possible average will be 0.01 slower. 1.04. It is close to that best possible average. And in fact, he slots himself 0.02 behind Sujin. So that pushes Zain Kanani at least down to 3rd.
It still depends on Ethan and Antoni's last solves. For first place, Ethan needs a 114. Antoni needs a 113.
They both have extremely similar range right now. Here is Ethan on stream. Ethan needs a 1.14 to win. For 3rd, he needs a 1.23. But 1.14, that is the mark that we're looking for Ethan to get on this scramble. He does not have a counting sub 1.
And only 2 competitors have been able to get that. Yiheng and Zain, the top guys in this field.
Here's Ethan, 1.14, the magic mark to beat. It's well within his wheelhouse.
Oh!
It's not going to be 108. Wait.
I think he might have stopped the timer with his wrists.
It is a DNF. He stops the timer at 1.28, but the puzzle was not solved.
That means Yihong has guaranteed podium at this point. The only person that we're waiting on is Antoni to decide the podium for 2x2. It comes down to the last solve. If he clutches, he's able to win, and if he doesn't, he's not going to be on the podium at all.
The margins are so narrow. Antoni Paterakis, the only man able to unseat Sujin from the top of the ladder. At the moment projected for just 0.01 slower, but if he picks up the pace with a 1.13 or better, he is the world champion, repeating his feat from 2017.
Deep
Can he
breaths
clutch
here.
it up? A hush falls over the crowd in Seattle.
Everyone knows this solve is the solve to determine the world champion.
The venue holds their breath. Antoni Paterakis begins inspection.
Changing his orientation once. He's held it for a few seconds here, changing it the last second again.
1.13 to win. It's not happening! Sujin Feist is the world champion!
Sujin Feist from Michigan taking it with a 117. Yong Wong 119. Zane Kanadi 120. I don't think we're going to have a closer final this entire competition.
Antoni Paterakis with that solve falls all the way down to 7th place. Theodor Zaida also off the podium. It is now confirmed. Zane Kanani, 3rd place, 1.20. Yiheng Wang of China, 1.19. And Sujin Feist, by only 0.02, is the world champion for 2x2 in 2025.
Clutched it incredibly well on that last solve as well. Had a 172 on solve number 3. You can see the great embrace that Sujin has right there. Able to keep his composure. 0.81 means he's counting at 0.94, then a 116 to seal it off. That's an incredible feat.
Thoroughly deserved the win here. He had the fastest time in the entire finals by a fair margin. 0.81 rather on that 4th scramble. Saw something there that nobody else could see. And he counts a sub 1, and he's a world champion.
Sujin coming in 8th last year at the North American Championship. Able to bring it back the following year and win the World Championship. Oh my goodness.
What an unbelievable win. We said 2x2 was going to deliver. Fireworks are about to go off. I don't think we could have predicted that the entire podium is only separated by 0.03 of a second.
Oh my gosh.
Max Park, the final solver of this 7x7 final, needs 158.95 or better to win, 201.5 to make sure he's on the podium. I mean, it's going to be no question. I have no idea how long it's been since Max has failed to get a sub 2 minute solve on 7x7, the event where he is the furthest ahead of the field. Any other world championship a couple years ago, Max would have had 3 podiums by now, 3 golds by now, but instead missing the podium entirely in 4x4 and 2 silvers in 5x5 and an OH. Max is going for his first gold here.
First 2 centers done. Looking at about 25 seconds here.
Yeah, quite good pace. Even if his centers are a little slow, 7x7 is long enough to where it is possible to come back, and what an incredible time to come back if edge pairing is what he needs. 3 colors left.
These last 4 centers are a little bit slower than his last solve. And he's got to look up.
It looked like a little bit of a pop, but it's gotten fixed now. 2 centers left. He's going to finish up centers at around 60 seconds or so. 59 seconds by my count.
This is about 6 seconds slower than his last couple of solves going into edge pairing, but he still has plenty of a cushion here. He has a 15-second cushion in order to still win. Now we can see whether or not Max is able to complete that 4th edge. It did look like he was able to do that. No, he was not on the
here's last
layer.
4.
So he's on last 4 at 125.
Timon standing up, trying to figure out if he's going to get gold or silver.
I mean, this is Max is already on through stage at 134. This could be sub 140 or just above it.
Yeah, it's going to be just above. I think it's going to be a triple for Max Park. Actually, just a little bit better than triple. 143. 143 mean for
Goes for
him.
some insane edges for Max. Able to bring it back. Incredibly consistent. Different stages of the solves were faster, but the result is still the same.
Exactly. An amazing observation by Keaton Ellis. In the second solve, he finished centers around 55, I want to say. This one, it was close to 59. 4 seconds were saved between edge pairing and 3x3. Just fantastic stuff. It was always going to be this way. But Timon and Lim Hung will share the glory with Max Park.
It would be quite extraordinary for him.
In the words of himself, being Stanley Chapel is an unfair advantage.
Correct.
He has plot armor, Alyssa. Let's see what he can pull off here. Let's obviously see big white block there at the top he's using for centers, as well as green there on the front. Should hopefully make center memorization all the much easier. Now it looks like he's on to memorizing wings.
And a 20-second blindfolded Dawn there. Very quick. He's going to turn fast. Stanley is a very smart guy. He knows exactly what needs to happen here. He's already secured the World Championship. All that's left on the table right now is the world record, and I have no doubt that he's going for it, but we're about 10 seconds away from passing that time that he needs.
Oh, but we look awful close, Alyssa. I don't think that we're going to see it.
No.
Maybe we could still see a sub 1. I mean, nope, because that would still be quite close to world record. Quite lucky. Big pause there at the end. But it's a solved cube, a 101.58 for Stanley. There's
Points
the point.
out to the crowd. Again, the fact that we're kind of like, oh, he didn't get the world record while becoming the world champion just shows his dominance.
Wait, hold on. Stanley Chapel just got a 4-blind mean on the biggest stage of them all.
Yeah.
That is going to far and away beat everyone else's single solve.
Absolutely. Like, there are no words for this level of dominance that we see from Stanley Chapel. In fact, I think Stanley, as you mentioned, he's put money on the line to say, like, the next person who gets a sub 1, like, I will personally send you a check, cut you a check. And
I think it's been a couple years at this point you put out a bounty for others to get sub 1. Do you want to update us on the status of that?
Yeah, so the current status is that nobody has claimed the bounty. There has been no movement in second in the world since the bounty has been posted. For those who are unaware, the next person to get a sub 1 official single and 4-blind with a couple of easy extra restrictions will get $600 from me personally, and then the next two will get $300 and $100. So if you're looking to make a quick buck in cubing, I'm your guy.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Levi Gibson winning their first world championship in FMC. Levi, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
FMC is one of my favorite events. I'm sure it's one of your favorite events as well. Tell me a little bit about your performance at this world championship. Let's talk about the scrambles first.
The scrambles. So the scrambles were, I think, they were pretty average, maybe a little bit worse than average. I thought that scramble 1 and 3 were pretty bad. Scramble 2 was actually quite good. There were a lot of ways to make edge orientation in only 4 moves. And there was also a really short way to get a domino reduction really easily on Scramble 2 in only 8 moves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so the scrambles were pretty average, but yeah.
Okay. That's really interesting. DR in 8 moves, that's certainly pretty good. What made scrambles 1 and 3 particularly bad, would you say? Any 4-move EOs? Any good DRs?
Scramble 1, I honestly don't remember it that much.
Yeah, it was several days ago at this point.
Yeah, and my solution was just really weird. I submitted my solution at like 30 minutes in, so I didn't really get to explore the scramble very much. But it didn't have a lot of EOs from what I can remember, and I couldn't find any amazing DRs also. There were a few 4-movers, but it was definitely I believe it was less than average.
To knock himself all the way down to third from an extremely commanding
go.
position.
Big lockup. 221. Zane's happy with it.
He's already doing better than he is in the last Worlds.
Let's check out where that puts Zane. 221, that gives him a 172 worst possible, 172 best possible, 190 worst possible for Zane Kanani.
We are seeing quite a few times around that range. If he gets that worst possible average, other competitors are pacing much better. That would push him down to 4th place. Here goes Ignacy. 1.53. Commanding position right now.
That time is counting, along with a 176 for Ignacy.
So Ignacy now is guaranteed to beat Zane no matter what. His worst possible average is better than the 1.72 for Zane's best possible. So no matter what, Zane Kanani cannot win this World Championships.
Oh, but we see who can. Dean Jacob Adamo Suskind out of the United States, all the way at the very end of the stage, does have a 1.69 best possible average.
And that's a counting soul from Dominic Radici, 1.38 to finish off his average. What's the timing? We'll wait for it to get entered into WCA Live, but that is extremely strong. That might put him ahead of Ignacy for now. We're about to see.
Amazing solve there from Dominic. Clutch. Here we see Dean Jacob going for his 4th solve. 205. Is that enough to do it for Dean Jacob?
It's another really
Dominic
strong
Radici with a 167 average. He could take it over Ignacy.
So Ignacy for first now. He will need a 1.70 just to beat Dominic.
Alex Rosado with a 147.
I don't think Dean Jacob can get into that top spot anymore. He could slot himself into 3rd, but the battle for first now is firmly on Ignacy. And they're saying 1.63. Remember, he cannot win, but that is his best possible average. That's going to get him 1.72. Currently sitting in 3rd on the projected, but it's going to be tough when Ignacy is in a commanding position right now.
See Ariel here on the red stage.
Oh, a little bit of hesitation there for Ariel, unfortunately.
302, it is all eyes on Ignacy.
1.70 is the number to beat. Don't think anybody else has a chance to eclipse that average. Should he get it, 1.67. Nobody else who's got a 4th solve entered is in the fight. So this is the solve to watch to decide your world champion. Can it be the new world record holder or the experienced Dominic Radici? Who will it be? He's clutched it up! Ignacy Subselski is the world champion for Scube. He needed 1.7 and he's got it. He's locked up the win. I don't think he knows it right now. There it is. The Polish superstar is the world champion.
I would love Hardy 106.
Oh, little Locky. 112.68 is going to be his time. He's going to get a 112 mean, and it's all up to Max.
Let's go switch to Henry. No, it's up to... No, we have Henry as well.
Oh,
Henry
right.
and Max. Henry with a good
Henry
will
needs...
lock up a top 3 finish, but it is wide open. We have no idea where Henry's at right now. And Max, with anything reasonable for him, will take the win once again. Can he stop Timon from getting back-to-back world titles? Is Henry on OLL?
Yes. Needs to wrap up the solve as soon as possible. 113.56 from Henry Lickner.
He's going to put him in 3rd place. Henry Lickner, 114.09. He's going to get 3rd place at his first World Championships. Congratulations, Henry. Barring a 1:0.59 second, barring a 1:03 from Timofey or Emmanuel.
Or a 120 from Max, but
that's realistic. Realistically, Henry is locked up 3rd.
Yeah.
Max is 113.58 for the win, 122 for 3rd. Let's get the overhead cam on Max once he gets going. Henry is 99% chance going to be in 3rd place.
Yes.
Congratulations to Henry. What a meteoric rise from just a couple months ago. And Timon Kolosinski in 2nd place currently, but Max still has to get a 113, which is no gimme. Timon could repeat as 6x6 world champ.
Timofey 114, he's going to end up in 117 mean. The podium is largely set here, actually guaranteed to be set. It's going to be 2 Americans, 1 Pole. The only question is, what is the order? It is almost certainly going to be Max Park at the top. He just needs to finish this out. 113.58 is the time to beat. wrapping up first or all centers now.
29 second centers for Max, and Max's
he's looking
centers.
good.
Those are amazing centers by anyone's standards, and Max has relatively weak centers. He's on amazing pace. His edges have looked a little.
Those are some great edges, and they're all on the D layer now, so he doesn't need to do Z2 anymore.
No, this is a free. Like if he doesn't close this out, it'd be like a huge choke on this solve. Like if you give anyone all 4 edges solved on D layer at 40 seconds, it's.
Here we go. Here's the reduction now.
Even
Max
with
Park
double
has
parity,
locked it up.
He should get this even with double parity.
There's the OLL parity. PLL parity now. 110.78. Max Park is going to be the world champion, his second world champion title, taking it back from Timon. Had it in 2023, his second one here in 2025. An incredible job by Max Park, Timon Kolosinski, and Henry Lickner for the bronze.
Congratulations. Let's definitely get Henry. Make Henry get in. Congratulations to Max Park, still proving that he is the king of Big Cube. 6 and 7 wins, a little tight in the 6x6, but a dominant win in 7x7 last night. Timon Kolosinski, just a picture of excellence, very consistent across all of the M-by-Ns, getting a second place after a second place in 7x7 last night and a win in 5x5. And Henry Lickner from a 120 PR just a few weeks ago to third on the world's podium with a 114.09. An absolutely superstar breakout performance. The world is bright for him going forward. He's clutching his heart right now with Alyssa. You can't believe it.
We don't know what PBL he's going to get. It could be really lucky. Let's see.
This is the same scramble which Samir mistraced on.
No OBL prediction there. 6:02 for Hassan.
I think that means that. Well, yeah, Samir Agarwal has won the world championship on solve 4.
Yeah, Samir's guaranteed. Doesn't need a 4 solve. Dominic Cater with an 858. That is going to end up counting another 8 from Dominic Cater. Samir Agarwal guaranteed to be your world champion. Brendyn Dunagan inspecting now.
Doesn't know it yet. He still thinks that there's something that someone might be able to do. Doesn't have to worry at this point. This should be a victory lap for him. Brendyn Dunagan.
Very shaky going into this last solve. 691. He doesn't care. Brendyn Dunagan with a 580 average, currently projected third. Brendyn Dunagan may earn himself on our world championship podium for square one.
The last thing to determine is Hassan's
363 for Samir Agarwal. Best possible average. That is a 5:01 second average. I mean, it's a victory lap. I mean, we knew he had it locked in, Kian. What else was there to do but to do it in stunning fashion? We could see here, it is not guaranteed. If Hassan gets his worst possible time on this average, we are going to see Brendyn Dunagan in third place and Brian Johnson in third. Hassan needs a time better than 7:59 to be able to guarantee his podium here.
incredible solve by Samir. Showing it again on the stream.
For Tommy, it all comes down to this. It is do or die right now. He will either win the world championship or bust.
I mean, he could get second or third.
There's no reason for him to, though.
You're right. 15.2 is not a terrible time. It's for a decent scramble, though. It's no problem for him at home to beat that, but we are certainly not at home.
Charlie looking over, he's realizing that both him and Tommy would be solving at the same time if he started. Looks like he's actually going to wait for Tommy, perhaps. Yes, Tommy going first.
Yeah, Tommy looks nervous. I would be too.
6.7 memo. Can he clutch it up here to win the world championship back-to-back?
Be a crazy execution here if he wants to do it, but he
Oh my goodness, Tommy Cherry with a 14.64. He's in the lead once again. It all comes down to Charlie.
He can't even believe it. He doesn't even believe 14.6 is first.
There's no way.
Assumed 14 is not a winning time, but it might be. Can Charlie get 14.6 to steal the world title?
On what looks like might be a really good scramble, a cup falls in the distance. It all comes down to this. Some poor exit from Charlie. Can he finish it for the world champion title? Yes, he does. 14.43.
He's won the world's champion title. 2:14's 15.24 is third. Incredible stuff from Charlie Eggins, Tommy Cherry, Manuel Guzman. Those are your medal holders so far.
Absolutely amazing stuff. It did look like that last scramble was a little easy. Maybe we can get Stanley Chappell's last solve. He does have a chance to pull something crazy.
16-11.
That's not terrible from him, but never mind. It was a DNF. Is there anyone else who could possibly break into a 15 second? Jake got DNF. I think it's almost certain. Check-ins, Tommy Cherry, Gutman. We're still waiting on a couple results to come in. Oh, that's it.
That should be it.
We saw Calix's last solve. That's it. Congratulations to Charlie Eggins. He is the world champion in 2025.
Amazing stuff. Former world record holder needed to snatch it at the 11th hour. Tommy Cherry almost did it himself. 14.64 after going DNF. But it's Charlie Eggins' name that's going to ring true here. Michael Tripodi, his compatriot, congratulating him as the final results are tabulated so we can make the definitive declaration and he can take his place on the throne. Incredible stuff.
Oh, Tommy knows he lost. He's sad. It's a tough one. Obviously, as the defending champion from Korea, world record holder. Congratulations to Charlie Eggins, Rubik's Cube blindfolded world champion for the first time.
Oh man, the Aussie crowd here is ecstatic. So many Australians came all the way out to Seattle to root for their fellow Roos. And it's Charlie Eggins, the young gun, came onto the scene, former world record holder and now world champion. An incredible resume he's piling up. And remember, as we've mentioned earlier, these scrambles looking pretty good for white-yellow.
Especially the fourth.
White-yellow only. Here we go, a huge third solve here. Young, great turning, absolutely flawless.
Oh my goodness, they're neck and neck.
They are counting solves just 1/100th of a second apart. Yihang Wang, Xuanyi Geng, absolutely incredible. Oh man, I can't imagine what I'm thinking if I were Timon Kolosinski. I don't think he has a chance.
And he has an end perm?
Yeah.
Are you joking?
A little bit unlucky there for Yihang. Now, scramble four.
Let's just let this play out. Xuanyi.
Scramble four! 395!
A sub-4 solve of his own. Absolutely no emotion. Nerves of steel. 3.95. Xuanyi Geng is in the driver's seat to win this world championship. He is guaranteed to get a sub 4.5 average. What is the world we live in?
Unbelievable. And he's on PR pace as well, by the way. Remember, he's got a PR average of 432. And to break PR in World's Finals.
Incredible. Let's see what Yihang can do on this fourth solve, though.
What a set of scrambles. We are seeing an amazing pairing. We've had back-to-back fireworks from Yihang, Xuanyi. Oh, the best. Like I say, the best always shine when the pressure is highest. And man, these guys are proving me right. Now, Yihang does have 5.45. If he were to count that,
Yihang, before the solve, calling about flash in the audience.
the flash photography, of course, very distracting for solvers.
Correctly calling it beforehand. There should be no issues here. He'll be able to take an extra second to compose himself and focus on this incredible scramble.
And of course, yeah, this is number 4, the one that might matter the most, the one that might win the world championship for Hyung Wang.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness! 3.94, he's going to count that solve! I need to see WPA, BPA populate here. 402, 457. It's not over yet, folks. One of these two is going to win the World Championship, and it's going to come down to the final solve.
Look at the PLLs that Young is getting. He's getting E-perms. He's getting N-perms.
Can you believe it? 3 sub-4s in one pairing. Chuan Yigang, solve 5. What can he put on here? Another Soon ZBLL, 5.10. The worst possible average, 4.49. It is possible for Yihang to do worse. He would need to count a 5.45.
All he needs for the World Championship is a 5.23.
Yihang finds himself in the exact same situation as he faced himself in 2 years ago, needing the solve on the last one.
He was the last solver at Worlds 2023. He's going to be the one to close out this World Championships. You can hear him calling out the flash. Once again, of course, they'll be dealt with.
This would be incredible redemption for Yihang after such a narrow miss in 2023.
Keaton Ellis, Felix Zemdegs, could you write a better story than this?
Absolutely not.
5.23 to win the World Championship, put a cap on an amazing career at just 11 years old. Chuan Yigang could also win it here. It all depends on this solve. And I'm not even going to commentate it. Yihang, take it away. And he's done it! Yihang Wang is your world champion. The absolute pop-off, 4.43. He's done it with an incredible average, 4.23. The podium is all sub 5. Worlds 2025 comes to an epic conclusion. Yihang Wang gets redemption and tastes gold at the World Championship.
2 years ago, did not make it on the last solve and loses to Max Park by 0.01. This time, Yihang takes it in fashion, winning by more than a quarter of a second.
Just amazing stuff from Yihang Wang. Training threes with Chuan Yigang. Here's Alyssa.
Here. This is your world champion, Yihang Wang.